Hey everybody, it's all about refining the image for me today. As you know, I've been to this scene many times, and I think I've finally narrowed it down to why I'm attracted to this scene. And I believe it's down to not just the building, but that window and the tree. So right now I've been trying to figure out where I should position the camera and which lens. And I'm using this app that a friend told me about. It's called Film Photography Viewfinder, and it's exactly what it is, a viewfinder. And I can change film format. Right now I have it set to 8x10, and I can input what lenses that I use for 8x10, and also 4x5 and 14x17. And I've been able to work out which lens I need for this shot. And it looks like it's going to be my 210, which I just happen to have with me. I think I want to keep that window in the center, lower third maybe, just slightly below the middle point. Prickle bushes, prickle bushes, prickle bushes. Alright, this is my Nikkor 210. Just like my 120, I got to be careful with this lens so that there's no corner vignetting, because it just covers by 10. Hopefully that little viewfinder that I was using on my phone is correct. Oh, there's so many prickle bushes here. So many scratches on my legs. Okay, so let's compose. Focus on the window for now. On the bottom. Now I want the window in the middle. Okay. So the 210 is looking really good. So I would say, for now, that viewfinder is pretty accurate. Level. I gotta make sure I check my corners. Make sure we're all good. Now, I don't think the bellows, is the bellows getting in the way? I'm gonna double check that. There's nothing more frustrating than going through all this work just to see the sheet in the developing tray with the corners gone. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put the bag bellows on. Just a quick change. Kind of had a feeling I would have to use it. I mean, I have used the 210 before, so. Sometimes it doesn't want to go in. No. What's stopping it? Oh, there, I think that's it. Yeah. Prickle bushes. Make sure these are all tight. Okay, back. Let's check composition and focus. Oh yeah, I think even my 240 would have been good. I have a 240 Nikkor, I didn't bring it though. because the filter is 80 millimeters, and I only have one filter that will fit on that, and that is one of my infrared. And I'm shooting Lucky SHD 100. And I was hoping to use and see how it would respond to an orange filter. Okay, I composed, but I didn't focus. So, check the window. Focus is there. What about that big tree? Do I want to focus? You know what? I think I'm going to focus on the tree. The window fall into place. I stop down a little bit. Corners. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell if the corners are okay because the corners of ground glass are clipped. But, okay, I'm going to put on that orange filter. Orange filter. Factor of 3 times. 1 2/3 stops more. I only brought 2 sheets of film. Oh, hell, I need a step-up ring. Silly me. One of those. I gotta remember to put these rings in their own pocket. Is it this one? Looks like this one. Yeah. Orange. Now I have shot this film with the yellow and I liked it. So, and I have shot with red and it looks okay. So let's try the orange. Why not? This film, oops, this film is cheap enough that I can play around with it. Cables in, yep. Now, what I'm waiting for is for the light sunlight to come out of that window more and shine on the brick there. It's almost there. It's a very slight breeze too, so leaves are moving a little bit. So hopefully my exposures aren't too long. I know this orange filter is going to make it a bit on the long side. Always a bit wary of bears. Bears are out and about. You hear sounds, but 9 times out of 10, it's a squirrel or crows. Okay, I'm gonna put film in the back. I swear those guys follow me from home. I shouldn't feed them. Okay. Cable release is in. I'm going to take some meter readings. Now, it's all about refining the image, narrowing it down to what I think is the main subject, or what I'm attracted to. And as I said, it's that tree and that window and the brick building and the fence. No picnic tables today. I've done that and I really like the image, but now I'm narrowing it down. Picnic table out of the way, I don't have to worry about really a lot of contrast. I mean, there still will be some contrast. There is quite a bit of contrast, but not as much as the picnic table. The shadow under that picnic table is pretty dark. So let's set the meter up first. My ISO I'm going to shoot at 50. Haven't decided if I'm going to develop it in Pyrocat-HDC or PC512. So, little prickle bushes. God. Tree. Let's take a reading off that tree. The 210 is kind of a faster lens for me for large format. It starts at f5.6, which is a bit of a treat. 2.7's at 8 1/3. Now, if I take a reading of the darkest area of the brick wall, which is really hard because there's so many leaves, to put a stop brighter. The sunlit window, right now it's almost 6 stops, and the sunlit brick, 7.5 stops. So I think I'm going to base my exposure reading off of the tree, the darkest part. 2 seconds at 8 2/3, and that means the brick building, the brick just under that window, is 3.5. It's pretty dark still. Oh, do I want to put this tree on 3 though? I do want it to be really dark. Maybe I'll put it on 3.5. No, 3. I want it to be really dark. Okay, so 2 seconds at 8 1/3, and that sunlit area up there, 7 stops. So we're zone 10. So I'm going to do n-1. So I'm going to give a third stop more because of that. Oh, I got to put my filter on. So that means I'm at EI 16. Glad I remember that. That's going to change things. Okay, so 2 seconds at f5.6. And that should still be 7.5 stops brighter. Okay, 2 seconds at f5.6. 5.6, 5, 4, 3. 4 seconds at f16. 8 seconds at f22. I think that's what I'm going to do, f22. Reciprocity. Have that information in my phone. It's amazing how dependent we are on our phones. So 8 seconds becomes 14 seconds. Now with that comes a contrast increase that I have to compensate for, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm already giving it n-1. I don't like to go crazy with n- because it really kind of muddies up my shadows, mid-tones. So we're going to go 14 seconds. That means I will need my little metronome beeper. Set for 60 beats a minute. Not too bad. I think I will do one. You know, there's just a constant, ever so slight breeze. And I think I'm a bit late, so I'm going to go ahead and just take them. And if it doesn't work, I can always come back. Okay, that's it. I brought 2 sheets. Okay. Ambulance. Ambulance headquarters is over there. Well, it's just a film crew. I didn't see any. All right. So I got to break this all down and head home and see what we got. And I hope you guys come and join me. Fingers crossed I got something that I like, but I have a feeling that I'm too late. Too much sun on this tree here. And the breeze. Things we've got to deal with. I'll see you guys in the dark room. All right, here's the negative. Looks pretty good. It's got some really good densities, good contrast. Density range is probably around 1.65. I say probably because I can only measure it through my number 47 blue filter on my black and white densitometer. So it's a kind of a rough estimate, but I think it gets me close. So I wonder what I should make. I know. Why don't I make a Kallitype print and a salt print and pit them up against each other? Can see what similarities there are tonally, any differences. I think that's a good plan. Let's do that. All right, I've got some Canson XL watercolor paper. This was acidified in sulfamic acid first, a 10% solution. It's absolutely necessary with this paper for Kallitypes and salt printing. I think I cut this paper a little too narrow, so I'm going to probably have some spillage over the sides. And I'll hang it up to dry. It's a lot harder to judge if the exposure is correct, but you basically get kind of a ghost image. That should be enough. And I'll be developing it in sodium citrate. And I develop for 10 minutes. Okay, development is done, and now I'm giving it a quick rinse in some tap water that's got a bit of citric acid sprinkled in. My tap water is leans a little towards alkaline. So that's not good to have. Should end up staining the paper. Okay, now I'm going to clear it in 3% solution of citric acid. Kind of fades a little bit in this bath, but that'll all come back when I fix it. That's good. I'll rinse it. Now I'm going to fix it, and you should see the darks intensify just a little bit more. Yep. Very subtle. And I use a rapid fix, mixed from scratch, so sodium thiosulfite and a little bit of ammonia, just household ammonia, about 10 mils in 1 liter. Okay, now I'm going to rinse it. Quick rinse before I wash it, and I will put it up on the wall. We can have a quick look at it. Looks great. So I'll wash it, hang it up to dry, and then I'll get on the salt print. Okay, I'm ready to make a salt print. I have already salted the paper, same paper as the Kallitype Canson XL watercolor, and I salted this with sodium chloride, actually sea salt. And this is the silver nitrate solution. All right, here's the salt print. And you know what? I think I cooked it too long. I'll process it anyway, so we end up with. If not, I can always redo it. All right, let's fix it. Lightened quite a bit, actually. Okay, I have the 2 prints here. The one on the left is a Kallitype print, and this one is the salt print. Very different color-wise, that's for sure. The Kallitype has more of a warm tone to it, which is more typical of Kallitype. The salt print has its typical cold tone, which I really like. Tonally, they are pretty much the same, not much difference. There was quite a difference in exposure, though. The exposure for The Kallitype was 1 minute. Salt print was 10 minutes. And of course, there's that one extra step of having to salt the paper. I had problems with the Canson XL and the salt print. I noticed that after I salted it, some bumps formed in the paper, which was quite odd. As it dried, they pretty much went away, but this one here didn't, and it ruined the print. Now, I could go ahead and make another one, but this is fine for this test. Kallitype is a lot easier. You just mix up A and B solutions, coat it, and expose it. But then, of course, you need to develop it in something, and I developed it in sodium citrate. The salt print only needed to be cleared in water and then fixed. So I thought, why don't I repeat this test and do it on a higher grade paper like Revere Platinum? So I did. The Kallitype on Revere has tones that I prefer, or a color that I prefer. It's cooler. The salt print, of course, has its nice cold tone to it still. Now let's look at the two Kallitype prints on the different paper. Canson XL watercolor, Revere Platinum. Liking this one better. To get the same tone, I would have to gold tone. And let's look at the salt print on Canson XL and Revere Platinum. I don't know, I'm kind of torn between the two of them. They're quite lovely. I'm kind of leaning more towards salt more than the Kallitype, even though I've been doing Kallitype for almost 20 years. What I like about salt is it seems to be more consistent tone-wise or color-wise from print to print. I do like the Kallitype on the Revere Platinum, but I would like to stick with Canson XL, mainly due to the price, the cost. As you know, Canson XL is a lot cheaper than Revere. I'm not going to give up on Revere entirely. I think for some prints, I will print on the Revere, mainly because it's got a smoother surface. Slightly smoother surface than the Canson XL. But really, there's not much difference that I can see tonally. Just color-wise, I kind of like the salt print. Ignore that flaw. I think I'm going to end the video here. It's just gone on too long. Let me know what you guys think of salt prints, Kallitypes, whatever. Which did you prefer? I know it's hard to tell on a computer screen. I'll see you in the next one.